The Taj Mahal stands as Emperor Shah Jahan's unparalleled tribute to Mumtaz. But have you ever stopped to imagine the sheer challenge, even in the modern era, of constructing a building upon the sandy banks of the Yamuna River? Yet, despite this, how was the Taj Mahal successfully built 400 years ago without the aid of any modern technology? At that time, cement had not yet been invented. So, how did they manage to construct such a sturdy monument without it? Even more astonishing is the fact that this colossal structure has remained standing for 4 centuries, resting solely upon a foundation of wood. Another intriguing mystery concerns Shah Jahan's plans to construct a second Taj Mahal, a black Taj, directly behind the first one, a structure intended to be even more beautiful than the original. But what events transpired that ultimately prevented Shah Jahan from completing this black Taj? You will discover the answers to these questions in today's video. To construct a monument as massive and towering as the Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan selected a site that, given the technological limitations of that era, appeared virtually impossible to build upon. The banks of the Yamuna River are composed entirely of sandy soil. Constructing a monument of such immense scale upon such terrain would remain a formidable challenge even today, despite the availability of modern technology. According to historians, when engineers began excavating the site to lay the foundation for the Taj Mahal, sand suddenly began to well up from the ground, and the pit quickly started filling with water from the Yamuna River. Consequently, the engineers at the time advised selecting an alternative location for the construction of the Taj Mahal. However, Shah Jahan was a man of unyielding determination. He insisted that if the Taj Mahal were to be built at all, it must be built on the banks of the Yamuna. Left with no other choice, the engineers proceeded to dig the foundation pits along the riverbank. The laborers continued digging until they finally reached a layer of solid, stable soil. Once this solid ground was located, they excavated even deeper beneath it. The pits were then filled with a mixture of iron, stone aggregate, and timber, a composite material that effectively reinforced the foundation. In this manner, the foundation of the Taj Mahal was rendered exceptionally strong, so robust, in fact, that it could theoretically support a structure even taller than the Taj Mahal itself. Despite resting upon the loose soil of the Yamuna's banks, you will be surprised to learn that the engineers of that era utilized a special type of wood known as ebony to construct the foundation of the Taj Mahal. The more this wood is exposed to water, the stronger it becomes. Consequently, the foundation of the Taj Mahal was rendered exceptionally sturdy. The advanced technology employed at that time lies beyond the comprehension of today's experts, a feat that engineers successfully brought to reality 400 years ago. The engineers' greatest challenge was establishing a robust foundation upon sandy soil, as the colossal Taj Mahal was to be erected directly upon it. Ultimately, the engineers prevailed. They successfully constructed a solid foundation using wood alone. Following this, the actual construction of the Taj Mahal commenced. Whether viewed in photographs or in person, the Taj Mahal gives the impression that it was constructed entirely out of white marble. However, you may be surprised to learn the truth. The structure itself was actually built using ordinary stone. Once the structural work was complete, various types of marble were applied to its surface. This process was analogous to how tiles are laid on a floor in a modern home. However, the methods used for installing marble in that era were entirely different. At that time, a single, thin wire was the sole tool used to cut and shape the colorful stones and marble slabs. Through hours of laborious friction, a single worker could manage to cut just one stone. Even today, should the Taj Mahal require any repairs, the workers adhere to the very same methods employed 400 years ago. No modern technology is utilized for the monument's restoration. Upon the completion of the marble installation, the Taj Mahal was adorned with precious gemstones. Shah Jahan had these precious, colorful stones embedded within the walls of the Taj Mahal, imported from various regions, including China, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Punjab, and the Arab lands. Elephants were utilized to transport these valuable stones. Perhaps the most astonishing fact regarding the Taj Mahal is that absolutely no cement was used during its construction. The question then arises, how has this colossal structure remained standing for 400 years without the aid of cement? While virtually all strong buildings constructed today rely on cement, the Taj Mahal stands as an ultra-strong edifice built entirely without it. Even earthquakes have been unable to inflict any damage upon the Taj Mahal. However, construction of the Taj Mahal began in 1631. So, how was the Taj Mahal built without the use of cement? In 1631, a time when cement had not yet been invented, engineers utilized a special type of paste. This paste contained a variety of unusual substances, such as molasses, batasha thymes, sugar puffs, bale thymes, wood apple juice, jute, and pebbles. Furthermore, the paste was formulated using an assortment of other peculiar ingredients. It was this paste that was used to bind together the stones of the Taj Mahal. Indeed, this paste proved to be just as strong as cement. Another astonishing fact regarding the Taj Mahal is that earthquakes pose no threat to its structural integrity. This resilience is the result of a scientific principle, a design feature that the engineers of that era deliberately incorporated with the future in mind. The Taj Mahal is not merely a symbol of love. It stands as an incredible testament to the ingenuity of Mughal-era civil engineers and architects. If you observe the Taj Mahal closely, you will notice that the 4 minarets surrounding the main structure were not built perfectly upright. Rather, they lean slightly outward. This was a deliberate design choice made by the engineers of that time. The minarets were constructed with this specific outward tilt on purpose. The reason for this design is that, should an earthquake ever occur, the 4 minarets would not collapse onto the main structure. Consequently, the main building would remain undamaged by seismic activity. This serves as proof that the engineers of that era possessed highly advanced technical knowledge. Upon the completion of the Taj Mahal's construction, Shah Jahan conceived a plan to build a second Taj Mahal directly behind the first, specifically across the Yamuna River, which was to be a black Taj Mahal. If you were asked about the color of your own shadow, you would undoubtedly answer black. In precisely the same spirit, Shah Jahan planned the construction of the Black Taj Mahal behind the original structure to serve as its shadow. Shah Jahan wished to symbolically entwine himself within Mumtaz's shadow. He desired to be interred within that Black Taj Mahal, following his own demise. According to historians, while the Taj Mahal was under construction, Shah Jahan squandered the entirety of the empire's wealth and resources on the project. Yet, the construction remained unfinished. Meanwhile, the royal treasury faced a severe deficit. Witnessing his father's profligate spending, his son, Aurangzeb, had him arrested and subsequently assumed full control over the affairs of the state. You might be astonished to learn that, By that time, Shah Jahan had already spent 4 crore rupees on the Taj Mahal project. If calculated in terms of current market value, that sum would amount to well over 80 crore rupees. Had the construction of the Black Taj Mahal proceeded, the royal treasury would have been completely depleted, likely triggering a rebellion among the populace. It was for this very reason that Aurangzeb intervened to halt the construction of the Black Taj Mahal. In recent times, some archaeologists have conducted excavations across the Yamuna River in search of the foundations of the Black Taj Mahal. However, they have failed to uncover any tangible clues. Consequently, many now regard the story of the Black Taj Mahal as nothing more than a myth, much like the legend regarding the severing of the workers' hands. There exists a widely circulated myth concerning the Taj Mahal. The claim that Shah Jahan ordered the hands of the artisans to be severed to ensure that no other monument as magnificent as the Taj Mahal could ever be built again. Many people actually believe in this myth. However, this tale is entirely baseless. The actual fact is that, following the completion of the Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan simply reassigned all the artisans to work on other projects. You tell me, if the laborers' hands had truly been severed, how would they have been able to work on other projects? The story of Shah Jahan cutting off hands cannot be found in any history book. Furthermore, no evidence has ever surfaced that would lend credence to this legendary tale. What are your thoughts on this monument of Shah Jahan? Please let us know in the comments section. That brings us to the end of today's video. For now, I bid you farewell. We will meet again in the next episode.